Okay, roulette-calculator.com, auto roulette strategy, or as it's called here, step thirds, which is basically very similar to the original calculator, working on first, second, and third section. But the slight difference is that you have got some, rather than you having to set the depth that you start the chases and stop the chases and then increase your bets, this will basically do it for you. And you've got a lot of customization you can do here to change how it operates. And you've got some data here showing you how it works and your first bet amount and the deepest negative thirds and deepest positive, which are all here. But basically it's a tool that does a lot of the original stuff for you, whereas the original calculator, if I go to it very quickly, you select the type of chase that you want and you set the depths yourself based on the deepest thirds and the data that's coming in here from your spins. Whereas this system, you want to enter some data, well, number of spins in first. But what it will do is, it'll start putting things in straight away because it's got no information. What you really need to do is enter a good 30-40 spins in before you start using this. So it's got a little bit of data for it to start calculating on, so it's not making it too risky. Once you do that, the longer you play, the less bets you'll get because it will get safer and safer and safer and safer, which is great, but you end up not betting very often. So it's a tool that's very effective, but kind of has its lifespan that you enter a number of spins, you do a bet, you bet for a certain amount of time, and then you generally stop because otherwise it ends up so safe that you hardly ever get to bet. But if it is an effective tool, there's some videos on here of Ed taking a couple £100 over a number of hours, up to I think about £900, playing real money. Play with play money, see how it works. You can use this on live dealers, or you can use it on air tables. I haven't really used it on any of the computer simulated random number generators, but if you have, upload some videos, show how you use this, what settings you use. Again, like all the calculators, it's very customizable. You can change this to make it work how you want it to work, but play with it first to see exactly how it does it, because basically it limits how deep it goes into a chase and it records the depth of that chase and increases your bet. So basically you're trying to play with increased risk over shorter periods of time, and it's trying to eat itself back to play at lower risk. You kind of have to play it to see how it's doing that. But give it a go. You need a reasonable balance in there if you're using this tool, and that's about it really with it. It does a lot of it for you, but again, it's a tool. Was one of my favorite ones, but now I generally use Dealer Tracker, Area Key, and Advanced all at the same time to really log what's going on the table. But if you're new to it, it is a fun tool to get to grips of what a stepped martingale system is and how the positive and negative is working without having to keep an eye on the depths yourself. It'll update that for you. Anyway, that's the auto roulette calculator, and it's a nice little tool, and it's recording also the total spins and the numbers that are hitting, so it's a nice little system.